Okay, Grandma. So, tell me a bit about yourself.
I'm 71 years of age. I'm a happy person. I don't like fighting. I don't like stealing or lying.
Okay.
I like honest people. I haven't got a lot of patience for anyone that steals or lies.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm 5'7.5",
Okay.
and I'm on the heavy side.
Okay.
My best friend is Linda,
Okay.
and we have been friends since we've been in grade 2.
Oh wow, that's a long time. So, tell me about your early life. Like what was it like growing up in a very different time?
Well, my mom and dad were strict with us. We weren't allowed to go out without telling her where we were going.
Okay.
And we had a good childhood. We would go, my brother and my sister and I would go tobogganing at the old fort.
Okay.
And we would go ice skating at the old fort. One time it froze, the whole field froze, the whole back where the grass was cut. So we found when we went home and got our skates, and we skated the whole day there.
Okay, that's kind of
Sometimes my
awesome.
mom and dad would take us skating in the circle down by the lake shore. It was a circle. Cars went on one side and come on the other side. And we would go skating there. My dad took us at Easter time. We would go egg hunting like they did in Holland on the dikes and that. They would go egg hunting, and then they'd get eggs and bring them home, and Oma would, that's grandma in Dutch, Oma would cook them up for the kids.
Okay, so like your pot gets right.
Yes.
So tell me about what side of your family is Guts?
Well, my father's side is Dutch, but I've got 2 dads. Grandpa on the other side, like I've got 2 dads.
Yeah.
I got Dad J and Dad H. Okay, I'll just give their things. And Dad H is Irish, so that's my bloodline. So I'm actually not Dutch. I'm Irish.
Yeah, but Grandma H was in Holland, right? Going in Nazi occupation.
No, Grandpa was.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And he met Grandma H when he was in Holland.
No. You're talking Grandma H.
Yeah.
Grandpa. Apparently, Grandma came over on the boat.
Yeah.
From Ireland.
Yeah.
That's how they traveled in those days, great big ships. And she would come over. She came over, and I guess great grandma H was on the boats on the ship, and so when they met, she introduced them to both her sons.
Okay.
So there was grandma H, and she had a girlfriend with her, and they end up marrying her great grandma's H's boys.
Okay, that's actually really
cute. So that's how that went. And my other dad, he came with a name tag because his English, in those days.
Yeah.
And in those days, they called them DPs, and that was displaced person.
Huh.
And anyways, he was very smart. He was a carpenter, and he knew his math like crazy. Very good with his math. And he built all kinds of stuff. The other grandfather, he worked on the railroad.
Okay.
And Grandma J, old grandma.
Yeah.
She was the best mother in the whole world. She was loving, she was kind. You could tell her anything, and you could take her in your conference.
What does that mean?
Well, and she was. You could take her in her confidence, and she wouldn't tell anybody anything.
Oh, okay.
Like
So
you said, don't tell this grandma or mom. Don't tell this to anybody, mom. But blah 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 blah. She would never. She'd take that to the grave with her. She wouldn't blab it out.
yeah, I've always liked people like that. So so tell me about your high school life. What was that like? I was like in your 70s.
My high school life was.
Was that in your?
It was all right. It was some of the good years. I had lots of friends.
Yeah.
I had Debbie, and I had the twins, and Linda was still my best girlfriend though, but she went to Ridgeway High, and I went to Fort Erie High.
Okay.
And I met Grandpa when I was 15.
Okay.
And
what was he like
went
back
to-
then?
What was what like?
What was Grandpa like back then?
He was shy, very shy, and a gentleman. He wasn't rough or anything. He was really nice.
Yeah.
Good man. A good boy, I mean. And he we met and fell in love, and we went together 4.5 years.
Oh wow.
And then we got married.
Aw, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So when did you have Mom and Uncle Z?
Uncle G, I had them, got married in 71, had your mom in 72, no, got married in 71, had your mom in 73?
74, I
Four,
think. Yes,
I think.
74.
74, and had uncle in
76?
76.
Oh, I guess that right. So what were they like growing up? Were they good
They
kids?
were very good kids. Very good kids. Your mother gave me no trouble as a young woman growing up, a young kid growing up.
Yeah.
She, the worst thing she ever did was get a little sassy with me once in a while.
Oh, yeah, we all get like that.
Mm-hmm. But she was very, very popular. Had tons of friends. The phone was ringing off the wall. Everybody liked her. She was just a real sweet girl, and a lovely looking girl, and very kind and honorable, and was a good payer. She when she grew up, she got her first car when she was 21 or 22, and didn't even have to have me sign for it. That's how good her credit was.
Oh, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, she paid really good.
What about Uncle Goy?
And your uncle, he hated school.
Oh.
He hated it from day one. He didn't like it at all.
I would like that.
And I pleaded and begged him to stay in school, stay in school, stay in school. I'll buy you a car. I promised him the moon, just so long as he got his grade 12. And then I said, I don't care. If you don't want any more education after grade 12, that's up to you. So anyways, between Mom, old grandma, and me, working on him and with him, he got his grade 12. Not with the greatest marks, but he got it. And then he went on to travel for a while. He got a train ticket and went out west. And he had, I think they were allowed like 5 stops or something. So he stopped in where was it? In Alberta.
Ooh.
And went to Jasper Park, which was absolutely beautiful. Very expensive though. and he went to Banff. That was a beautiful, beautiful park. Very, very expensive there. And then he traveled out to BC. And when he went out, he had a ponytail. And when he came back, it was like he was a different person, like he grew up overnight.
Nice. I can believe he had a ponytail.
Yeah, he had a long, beautiful ponytail. He had nice hair, better hair than any of us.
Huh.
And then he went out west because your mom lived out there in Victoria, and that's on Vancouver Island. Anyways, he went out there and he ended up getting a haircut from Annie and coming back. And when he was getting off the train, all these girls were saying, bye, bye. Oh, see you later. Don't forget to give me a call, Gord. I said, what the heck happened on that train? He had like 5 women when they were getting off saying bye and all this stuff to him. He was talking. He said, well, I don't know. But he was extremely handsome.
Huh.
Very, very handsome.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have
They
to...
call that easy on the eyes.
Yeah. I'm going to have to cut you short because I can only post so long videos until I'm verified, and I don't know how to do that yet.
Okay.
Yeah, that was an interview with my grandma, part 1. So, tune in for part 2. Let me just, if this work is playing.
I got to go to the bathroom.
Oh, gross. Okay, part 2 of interviewing my grandma. So what were your first impressions of my dad when Mom met Dad and you got to meet him?
When your mother met your father?
Yeah, and you got to meet him for your first time.
Well, I seen his picture on the internet.
Okay.
And to be completely honest with you, I said, Annie, he looks like a Gino. And a Gino in those days were called an Italian that wore jewelry and opened up his buttons and showed his chest hair.
So like a stereotypical Italian.
Yeah, and they like the women and all that. So I said, he looks like a bloody Gino. and that, his shirt's open, and I think he had a necklace on, but I can't remember now for sure.
Oh,
but
yeah,
that's what I said.
is.
And I said, you better be careful because you don't know, it could be a serial killer or something, because in those days, you just met people on the internet. You don't know, they could tell you a whole bunch of lies if they wanted to.
Well, I mean, like, they still can now. But
Yeah, they still can now.
But it's easier to, figure out.
Yeah, so anyways, he came to the house, and I laughed at your mom. She stood by the door, and that meant open the door for me. So he had to be like a gentleman. He opened the door for her. I remember watching.
Yeah.
And then they drove off and had a date.
What did you like him at first when you first met him?
I didn't know him, so I didn't really trust him.
Yeah, that's fair, yeah.
And then when he got to know Annie more and everything, and they had a relationship, he ended up moving in with us for a while. And then I said to them after they lived with us, I don't know, 2 years maybe or something like that. I said, okay, it's time for you guys to figure out what you're doing and you have to get a place. So I kind of like kicked them out nicely.
Yeah.
And so they said, yeah, that's right. And that. So, I mean, I wasn't getting any bored or anything, and I didn't want to keep them and support,
Yeah, that's fair, because, you're grown up at that point.
Yeah, I mean, they're adults at that point, so, and that was that. And then I grew to love your dad because he gave me you.
Aw. So, wait, something's messed up. Hold on.